Hello all, Munch here. Welcome to another episode of my FM19 Blyth save. Today we have got a big game against third place, but really second, Stockport, and we've also got a game against AFC Telford, both away from home. But I'll quickly run you through how we've been getting on off camera. So since the last time we saw each other, which was a 0-0 at home to Wrexham in the FA Cup first round, and then a 2-0 very sour defeat to Leamington, our first of the season, things didn't particularly get much better. We did lose to Wrexham away 2-1 in extra time. They didn't deserve it. We should have gone through, and it was painful. Then we lost away to Bradford, PA, and I thought, oh god, the wobble started. But fortunately, a 2-0 win against Gainsborough in the FA Trophy managed to kind of get us back on track. And we followed that up with wins against Harrogate, Curzon, Ashton, Chester. Drew Darlington 1-1, which was very disappointing. They equalised in the 85th minute after we'd held the lead for quite a while. But then we did bounce back and beat Chester 2-1 in the league again. Like I said, today we've got a big game against Stockport, who are currently third in the table, but realistically they're second because both of us have a game in hand over Spennymoor, who are in second. And then after that, it is a game against 6th place Telford. So let's see how the league's looking. As you can tell here, we are 9 points ahead of Spennymoor in second, and we're a full 12 ahead of Stockport. So if we win today, we really do kind of stretch our legs out at the top of the table. Dan Maguire is still being voted he's still leading the Golden Boot and still the third best player in the division. But Adu Pepra is actually now apparently the best rated average rating player in the league, along with this boy Antonio Diaz, who's been playing at Harrogate. And yes, he is someone I am looking to maybe sign next year, especially if we go up. So I do have a slight issue with fitness though, because this is actually New Year's Eve and we played 3 games in the space of around about a week. So the guys are quite tired, as you can tell here. Adu Pepper is at 78% and Oliver is at 83%, so I've had to do a little bit of rotation. McMahon is still in goal. I've got Adu Pepper, Lang, Clark and Dodd, so it's the usual back four. Oliver, Reed and Hatfield will make up our midfield today, so it's a little bit of a new look midfield. Nessett is back in after a suspension. At left wing, Aaron Rivers is in at right wing, and Dan Maguire still leading the line up front. I am going to put Simmons on the bench actually, because I think we might need his pace later on. We've got a very good record against Stockport in the save. We played them 3 times, won 3 times, so long may that continue. We seem to have a little bit of the wood on them, and I hope that we can just carry that on today. Going to give it a bit of media chat, so the media are backing us, so go out there and show them why. Boys like that, I like it. Let's get cracking. We really, really need to win this today if we can. They've got a much fitter team, so I'm a little bit concerned. But Scott Duxbury, very similar to Adu Pepper, is struggling at their left back position, so maybe that's somewhere that Rivers can target because he is fully fit. So as the game goes on, you'd fancy that he might be able to have a little crack at him down that right hand side. One thing I will say actually is that as much as I am enjoying the save, and I am, it does feel that because this is a longer project, I kind of still want to keep the channel kind of growing, and I kind of want to do a bit more with my Football Manager as well. So I'm personally thinking that maybe I also do another save alongside this one with maybe a bigger team, but not another one in England because I've done a few English saves. So maybe a bit more of a European one. I was thinking either in Germany or maybe in Italy, because I quite like the idea of taking it on. Or maybe we just do a little kind of like sort of middle to bigger club European tour. I'm not 100% sure. One thing I would love to do is I'd love to do an Ajax save and actually see if we can keep that team together that's doing so well in the Champions League this year, and then see if I can get it to win the Champions League over a few years' time. It's a very difficult save because obviously Ajax are never going to have the financial kind of clout and firepower to beat the big boys, but they have got the academy. So over a few years' time, if we got through it quite quickly, I think you'd find that maybe if we could keep some of the bigger players, they'd actually have a really good chance at winning the tournament. So that to me is like a kind of little personal challenge of mine that I'd quite like to do. I can just talk about it because there's nothing happening in the game, as usual. First halves in this series on camera have always just been absolute trash. Well, that was literally the worst half. Not one highlight, nothing exciting. We've dominated possession and dominated the game, really, in terms of chances as well, but just haven't done anything. I'll bring Nicholson on just because we need to rest Adu up. And I'm going to take Oliver off and maybe Romario. Yeah, I'll bring on Romario Vieira. We'll play it safe. Bring on Romario Vieira to play at DM. I was thinking about maybe going 2 up top or going to our 5-2-1-2. But I just don't have the amount of changes to change the personnel around. I'd have to change Jarrett Rivers and Nessett because neither of them can play in a kind of middle or central role. They both need to stay out. Oh my god, it's a highlight. 55 minutes in, but I am worried that it looks like it's going to fall to Stockport here as Walker knocks it back to Smalley. Dan chases him. Oh, that's not great from us defensive-wise. That's a good block, though, from Lang. Duxbury whips it in. Antwi, good header away. Get on it. Demau. Come on, someone nick the ball off him. That's a great ball by Demau over the top of Duxbury, and they're going to whip another cross in here. Good ball to the back post. Oh, he's at the post. Oh, is that Abraham? I think it was. Oh no, Alarakia. He snuck in at the back post there. That was a bit worrying. Nicholson being found out already at left back. He's just got to do a job. That's all you have to do, mate. Just do a job. Another highlight. Nicholson to Romario Vieira. He finds Reedy. Go on, mate. He bends it in. Rivers? Is it gone in? Is it a goal? Oh, it's an own goal from Darren Stevenson. I thought Rivers had snuck in, done his usual back post header. But there was a little pause, and I wonder if they were going to disallow it. They haven't. It's just an own goal from Darren Stevenson. But I think it's all pressed in by Rivers, and we've taken the lead. We kind of deserve it for the amount of chances we have created. That definitely looks like a Rivers goal. I think we've been robbed a little bit here. That's definitely his goal. I am certain of that. Lang hits it. Oh, Hinchcliffe makes a decent save. That is a good take. 4 minutes to go, and there's another highlight, so I'm hoping that they don't nick the ball back here. Good ball out by Hatfield to Nicholson. Great take. Whips the ball in. Oh, Hinchcliffe's missed it. Rivers, bang, 2-0. Lovely finish by Jarrett Rivers. He's probably been our best player today, even though the stats don't show it. And Nicholson gets an assist from being at left back, which he rarely ever plays. Magical. Lovely ball by Hatfield. That take by Nicholson's pretty decent. He swings in across. Keeper is absolutely nowhere near it. Superman's the air. And Jarrett Rivers just tucks it in beautifully. We're going top. And I love it. Well, we were already top, but we're extending our lead at the top. That's what I'm trying to get at. But we've only got a few seconds left. Go on, ref, blow up. And our superb record against Stockport looks like it's about to continue. It is, I think, because that's offside. So the ref's going to blow up. And we're going to make it. 4 wins out of 4 against Stockport, who are always promotion rivals. Big, big, big result. Big result. When you've got a half-fit team that's slightly rotated and you still smash your biggest rivals for the title, that's not bad. That is not bad. I'm ecstatic now. I'm happy. I've won a game on camera. I've won a game on camera for what feels like the first time in ages. Magical. Yes! Bring on Telford. Important information as well as I'm actually starting to tie players down to new contracts. So Maguire, Romario Vieira, Clark, Rivers, and Ritson all have just accepted contract offers. The big one is Louis Lang, who is still, I believe, looking to accept a contract, and I need him. He's going to cost me an arm and a leg to keep him here at the club, but we need him. He's such a fundamental part of how we play. Oliver's got himself a new deal as well. I'm a little less bothered about that. I probably shouldn't really worry too much if I keep him or not. Telford is up now. They are 7th in the league, so falling out of the playoff positions, or just holding on to them. They are literally by the skin of their teeth. Our form is excellent. Theirs is fair. 2 wins in their last 5. We've got 4 in our last 5. Only the draw against Darlington, the only blemish on what has otherwise been a very decent run of form. And we have gone back to the normal starting lineup, with the exception of Simmons still being on the bench, and Jarrett Rivers is going to keep his possession for this game. You can't really argue the fact he basically scored 2 goals in the last game, so he's been playing very well. He is absolutely fine, which means that Romario Vieira and Horner both come back into the midfield. I haven't seen them play a diamond before. Oh, they got Leon Best. I remember Leon Best. Legend. Well, not really, he was terrible. But at the same time, at this level, he's probably quite decent. Ooh. Oh my god, there's a highlight in the first half of a game in the Blythe save. Dear god, Jarrett Rivers driving at the Telford defence, smashes it against the defender, but Dodds whips the ball in. Smith clears it away, but he's fallen it to the other Smith, and there's so many Smiths. Oh, hello. Oh, no. Jarrett Rivers has lost his man. Wells. Oh, he's at the post. And Leon Best. Ah. Oh, there he is. Leon Best. Rolling back the years. It's poor from Rivers. He completely loses their left back here. He just goes to sleep. You can see him there. He doesn't follow Wells. He drives into the box. Takes it around 2 of our players. This is some hit for a guy. Oh, come on now. McMahon dives after the ball hits the post and it smashes him in the face. And rolls to Best. Ugh, dear me. A very highlight-filled first half by the looks of things. There's another highlight, only 10 minutes in. I love it. Lang into Horner to Romario Vieira. It's got to spread the ball out wide here. Okay, Horner. Yeah, good ball up to Dodds. Dodds. That's not a great ball. Rivers whips it in. Oh no, you're joking. It's been disallowed. I thought Horner had just put us back level and he's just smashed it against the blimmin'... Oh, he smashed it against his own player. How close... Bullshit. I'm not happy about that. I'm not pleased about that decision at all. That is debatable. Estrada on the ball. Wasn't that like a kind of like 90s dance? Oh, it's Cascada. Cascada. Every time I touch, I get this feeling. Nessa, bang! Cascada in the background. Don't worry, it won't happen all the time. It's literally Nessa scored. Is this on his left peg as well? That is some cross on his left peg, and Nessa, ooh, lovely finish, tucked away like a roast dinner. 5 minutes to go to half time, and the highlights are dried up. It knew. It just realised what game we were playing, what save it was, and went, whoa, calm down there, son. And there's been no excitement since that second goal went in. As in second goal of the game, we haven't scored a second. We should have scored a second if the first one hadn't been ruled out. I'm going to say I'm far from pleased with what I've just seen. Dan's stressed. I'm going to say to him, Dan, you weren't that bad, but I have faith. And Dan likes that. He can't stay angry at me. Just the same as I can't stay angry at him. My little fight with Dan is now over. We're back on good terms. The lovers' tiff is over. If he scores a goal, then, you know. Right, okay, I think what we're doing here isn't really working. So, we're going to go to the 5-2-1-2. When times get hard, this is what we do. The Romario Vieira is going to make way. Lewis Ritzen's going to come on. Nesset is going to make way. On comes Will Hatfield, and off comes Rivers, who's had a quiet game, and Okira Simmons comes on instead. 5-2-1-2 with possession football. Dan and Simmons up front. There's a highlight. Simmons, bow before me. It's a cascada of goals. I love it. I'm just trying to fit Cascada into anything I can do right now. Absolutely brilliant. Literally about 10 seconds he's been on the pitch, and Simmons with his head. That is possibly the worst goalkeeping I have ever seen. And there's a highlight straight away from the kickoff. Do not kick off glitch me. Leon Best, go away. Burley down the right hand side, whips it in. Wootton to Smith. Oh, he's hit it just wide. Lucky there. We shut off again from the blooming kickoff. Stop. Demand more. Concentrate. Oh, crap. This is where we are going to struggle now, is that they're going to have so much room on the wings, and that's a really good effort. I'm a little bit scared now. They're all been fired up by the feedback, which I'm sure is them saying you don't deserve to be behind, which in all fairness I can kind of semi-agree with considering the amount of chances they've made, but look at this possession. 68%. There's still a bit of time for Telford to get back into this game. That's nice from McMahon though, and Adu Pepper is down here on the left hand side. He's released Dan. Has he got the pace to get there before his man? He does. Whips a ball in. Simmons. Boom! Okira Simmons is going to be challenging Dan Maguire for a few years, I think, in terms of the top scorer. I think he's got a higher ceiling than Dan. Whisper it quietly. But this is magic. It's good play by Dan originally anyway, just to reach it. He whips a brilliant ball in on his wrong foot, and Simmons out of nowhere. That's 2 brilliant volleys today from crosses. Magical. Magical stuff. He's come on and he's changed the game. Beauty. I've changed the game with my magical tactical skills. I'm just putting it out there. That is the final whistle. A 3-1 win. 2 wins back to back on camera. It's unheard of. Passionately going to say a very nice victory. Well done. Okira Simmons changing the game. As was my formation change. Just saying. 14 points ahead. With I say not that many games to go. We're pretty much just over halfway through the season. But I do think it's safe to say that because last year I said it and we didn't get promoted. So I'm not going to say it because in this game you can have such a bad run of form. It's unreal. Let's come back for the end of February, start of March. So let's come back for Hereford and Alfreton. Because I don't think we've actually seen many of these teams. I know we've seen Hereford briefly in the first ever episode of The Save, but I don't think we've seen Alfreton yet. So let's come back for there. So the end of February, start of March. Hopefully we'll have a really good idea of whereabouts we are going to finish in the table at that point. I think we all know that we're going to be somewhere near the top, especially if our current form continues. But either way, today has been a much better episode, much improved on last time. Thank you so much for watching the episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do like, share and subscribe. Let me know what you think about maybe the European save. I think a European tour save would be quite good. It's just what team we get to start with. Do we want to start with a team like Ajax and maybe start in the Champions League? Or do we want to start with like a kind of mid-tier French team or German team and earn our way into it? Let me know what you think in the comment section if you think that's something that would be quite interesting. I'm excited and I'm happy to hear from everyone. At the end of the day, it's a community. I want everyone to try and get involved as much as they can. And just, thank you for all the support. And, keep watching the series. Thank you so much for watching. Until I see you in the next episode, stay cool.